welcome back. Well, as I mentioned, we have Jeff Parker here, and he has some updated news and information for Laguna Woods Village. Well, welcome back. It's nice to see you. We didn't get to see you on Wednesday, so you've gathered up all of your information, I'm sure.
A lot of things have changed even since we talked on Monday, so
Yeah.
Happy Friday to you, Lisa.
Happy Friday to you, too.
So I want to start off with COVID-19 information. First was, although yesterday our cases were only 132, which is good, that's a nice low number, there had been a spike in our numbers recently and throughout California. Unfortunately, we had 7 deaths in Orange County. And more important probably is, and what we're seeing this trend is that our hospitalization rates are up. So you can see that we have 345 people in the hospital and 144 in ICU.
Yeah.
The related story to that is because of this increased hospitalization statewide, for those who may not have heard, the governor had an order placed yesterday that people have to wear their mask when outside, except for a few exceptions, and there are very few exceptions. But so we're back to wearing our mask when we go outside as a mandatory order. So we will be in the village, as we have, putting the posting out there with regards to our open space and where we've had people going down by the creek and everything, just to say, be careful, wear your mask. We're not going to police it from a perspective of that there's going to be a citation at this point in time. We're going to hope that people can follow that order and stay safe, because that's what we really want. We want people to do that. Luckily, in the village and in our community, Laguna Woods as a total, our number is still 14. It hasn't gone up. Okay. And that's a good thing. But this hospitalization rate going up throughout California is triggered enough of concern for people to say, we got to get back to slowing this thing down again. So that's why the governor instituted his order yesterday.
Good. Well, I'm certainly hoping that it will just be that. You know, just the masks are going to be enough to be able to help curb that number, because, you know, we don't want to have to shut down everything again. That would be horrible.
Well, and especially when we've geared up and opening things, like we went back to our reservation and operating Tuesday, our tennis doubles, so we've expanded that. Our pools are going to open on the 24th, pool 2 and pool 5, and so that's going to be really good. And so we've taken the reservations started yesterday, and I should say Wednesday, and we had a lot of people call in. In fact, unfortunately, we had so many calls, a lot of people had to be put on hold for a little while.
Oh, I bet.
But it's gotten better to yesterday, and going forward it'll be better because it's much smoother in our system. But we're glad to see that people want to get back to the pools and that activities, so that's great. And just like you said, we don't want to get to a situation where all of a sudden we have to shut down the pools again. Exactly.
And you know, with the way, like, look at your cute little mask. Hold up your mask. And then my little mask, I mean, you can personalize your masks.
Exactly.
So at least it's fun. I mean, those other ones they're just kind of sterile and not very cute. So, you know, personalize it and make it fun rather than, you know, because that way, I mean, there's so many places you can buy them too. So anyway, I had to go back to that because, you know, at least if you personalize it, it makes it more fun and you're more obliged to do it. You know, you will do it more. But anyway, good news about the pools. So hopefully that'll go smoothly. And what are they actually doing at the pools to make it safe for everybody?
So when you make your reservation, you actually will have a lane. So they have the lane designations in the water. So those are separated. So they're distance between people with regards to the lane. So there's not lane. There'll be a lane, skip, another lane. So we'll have that distancing. And then we're also making sure that when people are getting out, there's a 15-minute time frame between each reservation period that's coming in, so that we can wipe things down, make sure that it's sanitary. And there'll be showers there on the outside, but the locker rooms will not be open for going inside. But you'll be able to take a shower when you get on the outside there.
Okay, all right, well, that's good. And is it just residents only?
Yes, still just
so no
residents
guests.
only. Just like our tennis and pickleball and everything's just residents only at this point in time.
All right, great.
One last thing on COVID-19 I wanted to mention. The Orange County Health Agency sent out a press release yesterday with regards to additional testing areas that they have. So that's good news. They're trying to make it easier for people that have any kind of symptoms to get out there and get tested. So they added 4 additional places a couple of weeks ago, and now they're all the way up to 20 additional locations where people can get tested. So that's really good news.
That's great. And I understand that the testing, once you go in, and this is just to see if you have COVID-19. So just to be clear, this is not an antibody test. That's really not available just for everyday situations. It's more of the, do you have COVID-19?
Right.
And you're getting your results within 30 minutes.
That's really
So
good.
they're calling you, they send you home. And I just happen to know this because my friend just got it done, and they have that available within 30 minutes, so you'll know right away.
Right.
Yeah, so good. All right, great. And then I understand there's some interesting information from Edison.
Right. So the Public Utilities Commission is holding virtual meetings. Normally they would have meetings in the public somewhere, but because of COVID-19, they're hosting virtual meetings. And that's because Southern California Edison, and this happens every 4 years, 3 to 4 years, they have a rate application. So they're making their applications known, and up on the board you have the screen, those dates. These are where people can call in or write in their concerns with this. So Edison's proposing a 14% increase in their rates. So we want to have as many people as possible write in and say, whoa, that's way too much, and that seems very unreasonable, especially for a limited income community like we have in many cases. So not only is our organization going to put out, but we want to encourage as many people to either send an email in or make a phone call in. There's the dates, the 30th and the July 1st. These are the
So explain to me again what the 30th and the 1st is. Are those, is that a meeting that they're having and they can call in at that time? Okay.
Yes, they're going to do a webcast there.
Okay, gotcha.
And so on that webcast, people can actually send in their emails, make comments, call in, make comments. They're just not doing it live like it's kind of virtual meetings.
So where else can people see this information?
Well, they certainly can go on the Public Utilities Commission's website. The Edison has information out there on theirs.
Okay.
We put it in the blast.
Great.
And so we're making sure, we also put it up on the board when we had our mutual meetings so that people saw it when we were doing the live broadcasts of our mutuals.
Okay.
So we're trying to get the information out as much as possible there.
Perfect. Good. Well, yeah, that's something that I think everybody, 14% increase, that's kind of high.
Yeah.
That's kind of high.
It is a interesting process. Like I said, it happens after 3 years, and then they go for another rate increase.
Sure.
Edison has historically done this, where they ask for a large increase. Sometimes it's been even larger, having worked in local government and addressed this issue, with the expectation that the PUC will say, well, we can't give you 14, but we'll give you 5.
Oh.
And it's a very interesting game that gets played because, well, 5 may be too much too.
Right.
And the impact could be pretty dramatic on our residents. Right. So we want to make sure that our residents have the opportunity to express their concerns. Certainly, again, from the village point of view, we have a lot of seniors here that are on fixed income or limited income. And a rate increase like that could be very, very impactful to their budget.
Good. Well, thanks for that information. Hopefully everybody will take advantage of that and log in and give them a piece of their mind.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right. Thank you. You have a great weekend, and we'll see you again next week.
And happy Father's Day to every dad
happy
out there.
Happy Father's Day.
It's an important thing, and I'm
Absolutely.
looking forward to enjoying Sunday with my daughter. I get to see her.
That'll be great. Well, have a good weekend then.
Thank you so much.
All right. We'll see you again. And we'll be right back with information from third meeting with John Pearlstone. We'll be right back.